Welcome, YouTube family, to my exclusive PS4 collection video, part 1. We will have a part 2 that follows this one, of course, and after that we will do a PS5 review. So please stay tuned if you want to see my collections and what I have to say about those games. We have a lot to get through, so we're just going to jump right in with 7 Sector. This is a strictly limited game. As you can see, there's your artwork. There's some information there at the bottom for you. This was a really interesting puzzler, kind of a unique one, I would say. It's kind of a rare game, of course, as well. Hard to come by. These run about $40 to $50, I believe, for this particular one. But basically, you're just a charge of energy that is going through a bunch of cables and trying to figure your way through the world. So, really fun, interesting game. I don't love it, but I liked it. It was relaxing. I can say that about it. I would give this a 6.5 out of 10. Next is 88 Heroes. Rated E10+ by Rising Star Games. This was a really unique dynamic because it's kind of a pixelated game, and what you do, every time you die, you'll respawn as one of these new characters, and it kind of chooses them at random. Really fun stuff here, guys. It's definitely a game that kind of stretched some new boundaries, I think. Rising Star Games is an interesting developer, in my opinion. They've done some very unique and interesting games in the past, but 88 Heroes is worth your time. I would give this a 7 out of 10. It's a lot of fun. Next, we're going to talk about the 8-Bit Adventure Anthology. This is a limited run game, rated E10+. This basically contains all the point-and-click games from the early Nintendo days, including my favorite, Shadowgate. Man, that's a great game. Uninvited, I believe, and Deja Vu are the other ones on there. Yep. And so there you go. There's your artwork. This is a really cool compilation of games. I never thought they would do this, but they did. Lo and behold, here it is. I love it. This was a lot of fun, and being that Shadowgate's my favorite game on the NES, this is a great 8-bit adventure right here. So I would give this set an 8 out of 10. It was awesome. Next, we're going to talk about Assassin's Creed Unity. This one here was probably one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games, and not a lot of people agree with me, but this is the France version. Really a lot of fun. I played this to its completion, and it was a blast. Probably one of my favorites, like I said. Sorry about the sticker there, I forgot to remove that. But no, really good game. If you like Assassin's Creed games, this is definitely worthy of your time. I really liked it. I give this a 7.5. Next, we're going to talk about Syndicate. Didn't like the British one as much. I'm not sure why, but it just didn't stick with me like the other one did. But this is a limited edition, includes the Darwin and Dickens conspiracies admissions. So there you go. Take a look at that. A little bit of artwork there on the back. I mean, yeah, graphics are decent on it, but just not one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games. I give this a 6 out of 10. Still fair to play through. Now, this is the Steelbook edition of Assassin's Creed Origins. I love this Steelbook. It's one of the prettier Steelbooks I've seen. I'll go ahead and show you the with the slipcover on, sorry, first, and then we'll talk about the game right here. So here we go. Wow, look at that. That is just pretty, beautiful looking Steelbook. I love it. Probably one of my favorite looking Steelbooks that I've ever seen. Here we go. There's the inside. Also beautiful. Really, really good. And this is one of the best Assassin's Creed games as well. I give this an 8 out of 10. It was fabulous. Next we have Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And this is my favorite Assassin's Creed game of all time. I would say that as I played this, it felt more visceral. It was beautiful. The scenery, the boat action, everything on this just hit the head for me, the nail on the head for sure. It was amazing. Sorry about that red light. That's my camera's autofocus, if you're wondering. I had someone comment about that on my last video. So, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, guys, this one's amazing. My probably favorite game of all time for Assassin's Creed. I give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Next we have Bloodborne, and of course this is one of those Souls-like games, they call it. Definitely difficult. Has a lot of areas where you can get stuck for hours, days, weeks even. So, but you know what? Very rewarding and worth your time. I really liked this one. In fact, I liked it better than some of the Dark Souls games that I've played. I have not beat this yet. I'll be honest, I haven't beat it yet. But I've gone through most of the game, and I really, really liked it a lot. Probably one of the better games in this genre. I would give this game a 7.5 out of 10. It was really good. Blood Rain Betrayal, Fresh Bites, Way Forward game. A little bit harder to find this one. It's a limited run game as well. Number 425 it says here. There you go. And a little bit of artwork there for you. What's inside? Let's take a look. Yeah, not too bad. Looks good. This was kind of a surprise. I really liked this game. It was a side-scroller. I didn't beat it, but I did play quite a bit of it. I will always mention if I've completed the game or not, and this one has not been completed yet. But it was good for what I played. I would say as of, 10 hours into this, I would give this probably a 7 out of 10. Next we have BioShock The Collection. This is basically the trilogy of all 3 games, first, second, and third. My favorite being BioShock Infinite. It just had a new coat on it. It just really looked good and came across amazing as a really fun RPG type style game. This is a double disc edition. Really cool stuff. You gotta own this. If you like BioShock at all, this is definitely the collection to go with. I love it. Reminds me of Fallout in a way in some parts, but it definitely is its own thing. So I give BioShock Collection a 7.5 out of 10. Next is Batman Arkham Knight. And this one was actually really fun too. I liked the upgrading graphics a little bit on this one. It was done well. The story was cool. Gameplay was fun. I really can't complain. This is just an overall solid Batman game right here. A good fighter, just all around good. I would give this a 7 out of 10. Next we have Batman The Enemy Within by Telltale. Yes, the point and click, choose your own adventure people. So I didn't know what to think going into this. I didn't know if I would like it. I didn't know if it would be great. I didn't know if it would be mediocre. I ended up loving it, guys. These Telltale games are just another field of gaming that I just really get into, and this is classic. Really good game. I would give this an 8 out of 10. Next, we're talking about Bastion. Yes, another limited run game here. This was number 174 here at the bottom. Really cool artwork on the back of that, right? It looks really cool. So the game is actually really cool as well. I got this not exactly knowing what it was, but I ended up loving it. It was a lot of fun, top-down action adventure game with awesome narration in the background. Every now and then there'll be a guy that kind of has like a cowboy accent that'll narrate over your gameplay, which is really cool. This one's a really blast to play. I love it. I would come back to this anytime. And a lot of these games I have here are games that I will come back to one day to play. That's why I keep them. But there are a few mixed in the thing here where I just won't come back to them, and I'll let you know by the score. But this one's great, guys. I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. It's a really good game. Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. Now this one is violence at its best. This is a lot of fun. Just a great run-through shooter, just, guilty pleasure type game where you just pretty much kill everything that moves. So really a lot of fun if you like those types of games. There you go. There's some Duke Nukem action there in the middle. So yeah, great game, a lot of fun. They just released it on VR. Not a fan of the VR edition, but this is probably the version I would go with for Bulletstorm. It's graphically amazing and very good gameplay as well. I give this an 8 out of 10. Next we have Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which is, from what I remember, was a really fun game. I really liked the online on this one quite a bit. The online was where it was at. However, the campaign, which is only on the PS4 version, I believe, was really good as well. So this is an overall great game. I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. Next we have Cat Quest. I am actually going to get rid of this and get the one with Cat Quest 1 and 2. Unfortunately, they don't. I didn't get that one before it came out. So here you go. There's some nice artwork on there. Your rating at the bottom. Nice presentation for the most part. It looks pretty good. This one's a little bit rare to find. If you were to glance at that quickly, it almost looks like it says pube, right? Well, that might be that might be something you don't want to talk about with the kids around. But anyway, this is a pretty fun game. I liked it. It was definitely worth your time. I would give this a 7 out of 10. Next we have Cobra Kai: The Karate Kid Saga Continues by Game Mills Entertainment, rated T. Here you go. Here's some of your rating reasons there at the bottom. This one kind of grew on me. At first, I wasn't way into it. As I played it more and more, I got more into it. I really like the TV series, especially Season 1 is probably the best. But this was a fun game to kind of remind you of that series. I would give this one a 7 out of 10. It was worth your time. If you can find it on the cheap, I would recommend not paying over about maybe 15 bucks for this one. If you can find it for that, I'm pretty sure you can probably get it cheaper than that, like at pawn shops or something. But let's move on to the next. I would give this one a 7 out of 10. Next we have Cobra Kai 2 Dojo's Rising, which does have the PS5 upgrade. However, this game pretty much sucked. I did not like this. Did not get into it. I even left the sticker on. That's how much I disliked it. But not a big fan of part 2, guys. I would give this a 5 out of 10. Just not worth your time. Stick with the first one. It's definitely got better fighting mechanics and just a lot more fun. And kind of just kicks off a lot better than this one did. Kind of like the TV seasons went. It got kind of worse as it progressed, didn't it? There's a couple throughout there that weren't too bad, but there you go. 5 out of 10 on that one. Contra Anniversary Collection is next. We've played this one, my friends and I, and we're not extremely impressed by it because a few reasons. Just it's all the old 8-bit Contra games, which includes quite a few of them. I guess there's some in here that are good, but I just didn't like it. For the most part, there was something about it just didn't quite hit as the original Contra did on you know, the NES in those days, when you'd sit down and you just have that just awesome feeling, oh, we're gonna tear it up today. But this one just didn't do it for me. I don't know why. Just for some reason, probably because of those bars they put on the side when you're playing. I don't know, but just not one of my favorite. It is a limited run game, number 446 looks like. Really good art presentation. Looks great. Not a huge fan of this collection though, for some reason, but I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. Next we have Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy, which includes all 3 originals remastered. 1, 2, 3 right there. Pretty good stuff here. I think that these were actually pretty tough games. As you can see, I have my little Crash air freshener in there. I thought that was cool. These are pretty tough games. I wouldn't, you know, say that children could play this and get away with it. Definitely an adult game. I think kids could play for a while, but they would get their butts handed to them pretty quickly on some levels for sure. But this is a great trilogy. It really was done well. I give this a 7.5 out of 10. Next we have Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, by Activision. Yeah, so I was really like excited to play this one, but then when I actually played it, it kind of reminded me of going back to the day when I was playing these old ones and just getting my butt handed to me. This one was the same way. It definitely has some difficulty spikes and is not for the faint of heart when it comes to children's looking games, but presented very well. Graphics were awesome. I did like it. I just never completed it, so I can't give you an honest score, but from what I played, I would give it a 7 out of 10. Next we have Crawl. Kind of a rare game. You don't see this one very often, and this is a hidden gem as far as I'm concerned. I really liked this one. Limited run number 89. As you can see, it's kind of like a pixelated style art, but man, this game was killer. Great to play co-op, actually. Really fun game, guys. This is one that I do recommend that you get if it's affordable. I don't even know what it goes for nowadays, but this was definitely a diamond in the rough when it comes to PS4 co-op games. Pixelated, of course, as you can tell. I would give this game an 8.5 out of 10. It was fabulous. Next we have a game where I strolled into my local GameStop and I saw sitting on the shelf. I couldn't believe it when I saw a, yes, physical version of Cuphead. I didn't even know this existed till I saw it on the shelf there. So I was so pleasantly surprised to see this, and I immediately added it to my cart. So as you can tell, the graphics and the art direction of this game are fantastic, like, you know, 40s, 50s type art style. Love it. It's fantastic. Again, a hard game to get through, but definitely worth your time. And really fun to play with another person as well. If you want to play co-op, it's definitely worth your time. I have this on Xbox as well, but I have the version where there wasn't a physical disc. I had the code. So I thought that it would never get released, but lo and behold, here it is. And it's a lot of fun. Worth all your time. 8 out of 10 on that one. Next we have, yeah, the original Dark Souls, but remastered, which I love the remastered versions. That's the only versions I'll play at this point of these games because the difficulty levels on these are, you know, through the roof. I'm not a huge gamer, so tackling games like this is actually really difficult for me. But it's a lot of fun still. I love the remastered, upgraded versions. Definitely the way to play them. This game all around is just wow. It's fabulous. It really rewards you well, and it's just a really fun playthrough. And so is the rest of the series, but this one stands out. I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. Next, we have Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, rated T. First Dark Souls game rated T, right? By Bandai Namco. And here you go. It's From Software. They're kicking out some good stuff here. Now, Dark Souls 2, though, has to be one of the most difficult Dark Souls games, in my opinion, to get through. And I haven't beat this yet. I just can't beat it. I don't know what I'm missing, but I'll probably have to look it up online to see what I need to do next for the boss I'm stuck on. So, a great game, though, nonetheless. I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. Next, we have Dark Souls 3. Probably one of my favorite Souls games of all of the trilogy, that is. This one's a little bit easier, for me at least it was. And I really enjoyed this one. The playthrough on this one was definitely something I will remember and I'll come back to. Really great game all around. Dark Souls 3 gets an 8 out of 10. Next we have Deadlight Director's Cut. And as you can see, this is a PEGI version by Deep Silver. This is the Director's Cut. Guys, this is a really cool game. If you like games like Limbo or Inside, then this one is definitely a game I think you'll appreciate. It has a really cool dynamic to it, a really cool gameplay to it. You're basically just trying to escape zombies, hordes of zombies, and individuals sometimes, but really done well. I really liked this one. I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. Next we have Devil May Cry 5, and yes, I played this to its completion. This was a killer hack and slash. My favorite Devil May Cry in the series thus far. So I know they have a PS5 version, I'm pretty sure they do, that was probably even remastered that looks better than this even. But I think that the PS4 version is definitely one that you could pick up and get through, and the graphics are still definitely worth your time to see. And this is just an all-around fun, amazing game, guys. Devil May Cry 5 gets an 8 out of 10. What a gorgeous version of Dragon's Crown Pro we have here in the Battle Hardened Edition Steelbook by Atlas, rated T. Look at this artwork, guys. Just so pretty and really so enthralling. As you play through this game, you're just sucked in by that art style. Let's take a look at the actual Steelbook here. Don't you just love it when you can kind of feel what's going on here on the covers? Just amazing. Good stuff here, guys. Look at that. Look at the depth. Isn't that great? One of the coolest steelbooks I've ever seen, I must say. Really cool. Look at the back. Even the dragon has some beautiful coloration, some matte to gloss. That's just beautiful, guys. I love it. Don't even know what this is. Dragon's Crown Pro skill cards. That's what we got right there. But man, this game just sucks you in. Look at that art direction, just so beautiful. Let me show you this other side here too real quick. Yeah, that's a lot of fun right there. Good stuff. And the only thing I didn't like about the Steelbook, and the only thing I didn't like about it, is that it doesn't say Dragon's Crown Pro right there. I wonder why. Wonder why they just left it blank like that. That's okay. I mean, it is what it is. I guess it's on the this part of it, so I guess that's kind of cool. I mean, I can live with that, right? This game, let's talk about the play now. The type of gameplay you have here is more or less a side-scrolling RPG, but the art direction definitely keeps it interesting and intriguing. I would give this a 7 out of 10. It was a very fun playthrough. Next we have Dead Cells. This is the type of game that reminds me of games like maybe Hyper Light Drifter or Solar Ash, something like that, with that type of art style. Really cool. This was fun. I had a blast. It's pretty difficult in some parts, but worth your time. I think that Dead Cells is really well done. I would give this a 7 out of 10 as well. Let's talk about Deception 4, The Nightmare Princess. Now, this was released on PS3 as well by Tecmo. This is kind of one of those hidden gems as far as I'm concerned because the gameplay is very unique. It's something that I'd never seen before. at least the style of play. Something I'd never seen before, but I really appreciated and I really got into, and it grew on me. This game is definitely worth your time. Also, the art style is very nice as well. I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. Next we have Dying Light, The Following. This is definitely the version to own of Dying Light. I'm not a huge fan, but the graphics on this were pretty amazing. A lot of grinding on this game, a lot of you know, parkour type stuff that you do. But fun, I like it. It was definitely a fun game and worth your time as well. I give this a 7 out of 10. Next we have Earth Defense Force, and now I must admit, I have not played this yet. I just got it yesterday. My son loves the first Earth Defense Force on PS3, and so I ended up buying this one for him as well to play. So when he gets home from school today, he'll have something really cool waiting for him. I don't know much about this game. I can't give you a grade on it. I've heard that it's the best one of all of the Earth Defense Forces, but there is a part 6 coming out soon, so we'll have to see how that one fares. But I was a bad boy, I'll admit. I don't know what to rate that, so yeah, unknown at this point. I have Earth Defense Force, the first one, on PS3, and I forgot to show you in my PS3 collection, so I just quickly thought I would do that right now. What better time than when I'm showing part 5, right? So there you go. That was from the PS3 days that I failed to show you before. Sorry about that. So our next game, guys, is a very interesting one. This one was a limited run game. It has the PS5 upgrade also. And it was one of those pre-order limited run games, I believe. It's not numbered. But this game was fabulous. I loved it. It's like one of the Soul style games, of course. You fight bosses only. So really cool. You just do a little bit of trekking across certain lands, and then you fight bosses. And it's only bosses, guys. This is a blast. The bosses are definitely tough. They'll give you a hard time. But this is definitely worth your time. If you can find this, you know, for around $30, $40, I would spend that on it. I think I spent about $35 on it when I got it. But excellent game all around. Eldest Souls is the way to go if you like top-down boss fighting style games. I give this an 8 out of 10. Next we have Extinction. Extinction is kind of a cross between maybe Shadow of the Colossus mixed with a little bit of Attack on Titan. Some people didn't like this game. I loved it. I had a blast with it. I liked those other 2 games I mentioned as well. So when I played this, it just kind of, you know, reminded me of that the whole time. Made me want to progress. A little bit repetitive in some ways, but a really fun game. Kind of a hidden gem, I would say, on the system. I give Extinction a 7.5 out of 10. Next we have Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition, the only one to own, of course, which will have the all the extra missions here, extra worlds, Nuka World being my favorite. And there you go. There's a picture of the amazing artwork from an amazing game. Now, Fallout 3 is my favorite Fallout game of all time. However, Fallout 4 was done very well, and I think should be played by everyone who appreciates the open world RPG style game. I would say this is a 9 out of 10. It was fantastic. Alright guys, so I thought I would throw this one in since it's alphabetically the one that would be next in the system, but I would kind of just do an exclusive look at it in its entirety here. This is Final Fantasy VII, the Remake Deluxe Edition by Square Enix. Here is your side and the back, which looks good. I love the presentation here. I love the matte black on there. It looks really good. They're doing the same thing with the next game in the series, which would be called Rebirth, which I did order on PS5. So when I get to my PS5 reviews, I will go over that with you. I took some of the things out of it. This is just a little advertisement that comes with it. And then we have the mini soundtrack in kind of a cardboard slip cover. There's all the different tracks on that particular one. We also have the original case that comes with it, which is reversible. You can reverse this case. It's a double discer, of course, but you can reverse the case to kind of the matte black or the glossy black, actually, I think on this one, which just has the Final Fantasy logo on there. Also in this set, you get the Steelbook version with Sephiroth on the back there. Really cool. I like that kind of simplistic look it has. I got this for really cheap, so it's got a couple blemishes here on it, here and there, but not too bad. There you go, there's your discs. And then the last item that you would get in the deluxe version is the art book. So basically has some really nice looking art in there, as you can see. There's Sephiroth himself right there. So yeah, I mean, cool. I'm glad they included this art book. It's really nice. I like it. Good stuff. There's Cloud, of course. So yeah, pretty cool. So not a bad collection. Really quick, guys, on my ratings, I'm not sure if you kind of know where I'm going with them. I know I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to my ratings. I would say that anything 5 or below is pretty bad. But when you get to 6, it's like a fair score. When you get to 7, it's a good game. When you get to anything above 7, it starts getting into the very good category. When you get to 8, it's, you know, exceptionally good. 9 would be like stellar, and 10 is a perfect game. So there you go. That's kind of an insight to how I grade things. But Final Fantasy VII, I would give this remake of this game, at this point, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I really liked it. I don't know if it had the power that the first one did to me when I first played it, but an extremely well done remake, and I think should be played by everybody. One of the best RPGs of all time. I give this one an 8. Hopefully the sequel coming out that I'll show you on my PS5 reviews is even better. Next we have For Honor, a really strange game that I wasn't expecting, but when I did play it, I had a lot of fun. Ubisoft has a winner here. It's not like amazing, but it's definitely worth a playthrough. And I would give For Honor a 6.5 out of 10. I'm not huge on it, but it was definitely fun. And I know you can find this one for pretty cheap now. So pick it up if you're interested in that style of game, fighting game. Gravity Rush Remastered. Now this one's pretty rare, but I love the element that you can control gravity. This one takes a little bit of getting used to with the gameplay, but overall is a fabulous game. Art direction is incredible, and I know this one's pretty expensive right now, especially the North American version. Probably around the $50 to $80 range, I believe. 50 if you're lucky. But Gravity Rush, worth your time, 100%. 7.5 out of 10 on that one. Next we have Gravity Rush 2. Yes, I liked that one so much I got the sequel. So, excellent game as well. I think I might have liked this one even better. So, yeah, this one's going to get an 8 out of 10 because I had a little bit more fun with this. And same, you know, gameplay, gravity control. This one was a lot of fun, worth your time, and cheaper. I think you can pick it up for $20 to $30 on this particular game. But yeah, good stuff, good game. Next we have Gianna Sisters Twisted Dreams, the director's cut. This is a Sodesco game. I really like Sodesco games, and I think that they are the ones that kind of fall under the radar sometimes, but are actually little hidden gems, little diamonds in the rough out there. And this is one of them. This one's a lot of fun. It's a platformer, a side-scrolling platformer, and it was kind of reminiscent of Rayman a little bit, but had a cool element where you can switch between different worlds. So that's a fun game. I would probably give this a 7 out of 10. Next we have Grand Theft Auto 5. Yes, this is the premium edition. Fun game as well, and a lot to do in this game. So a lot going on there. Yeah, this is one of those games that you will spend literally probably hundreds of hours if you want to play all the side missions, do all the extra stuff in it. But one of the best Grand Theft Auto games to date, in my opinion. Story-wise, not the best, but gameplay-wise and graphics-wise, my favorite GTA of all time. This one gets a 7.5 out of 10. Guardians of the Galaxy, another hidden gem on the system. Guys, if you have a chance to play Guardians of the Galaxy, it is worth all of your time, especially if you're a Marvel fan. Definitely a game that I will come back to again to play it a little differently maybe. But it's fairly linear, so I mean there's nothing you can do too different. But for the most part, this is just a lot of fun. Graphics are killer, gameplay is great. Story was great. Character art direction was really good in this one as well. I give this one a 7.5 out of 10. Alright, so here we are with God of War, the revamp of the series on PS4. This was an exclusive, of course, on the system. This game, whew, man, I could not put it down. It was so good, storytelling-wise, graphics-wise, gameplay-wise. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Fantastic. Gosh, if you could play any God of War game, it's got to be this one. This is my favorite God of War game of all time. Again, an exclusive. I liked this even better than Ragnarok. This is a 10 out of 10. It's a perfect game, folks. I mean, need I say more? It's amazing. Okay, Ghost of Tsushima, another hit by Sucker Punch. This game was just tons and tons of fun. Geez. Art direction in this, fabulous. Fighting, fabulous. The world was awesome. Just all around a game that if you have not played, then you really need to right now. You actually should go to the store now and buy it. You can get this version pretty cheap. I actually like the director's cut on PS5. They have released that, and I think I'll probably switch over to that and replay it again, just because it was such a good time the first time around. Ghost of Tsushima gets an 8.5 out of 10. Next we have Geometry Wars Dimensions Evolved. This is a great co-op game. It's a lot of fun with some friends, but it's kind of one of those cheap frills type of game. You don't pay a lot for this game, and it doesn't last too long. So, as a whole, I would give this a 6 out of 10, but it's worth your time. If you have friends that like to, do couch co-op stuff, it's fun for that purpose. Next we have Sega Genesis Classics, over 50 classic games. If you like the Genesis, this is the way to go on the PS4. Good stuff in here. There you go, there's the back. Little grading information. And yeah, overall pretty fun. Not one of my favorite compilations, but not too bad. I'd give this a 6 out of 10 on that one. It's a fair game. Next we have Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, this one was definitely one of my favorite open world type style RPG games that came out at the time. Just so good. Story-wise, gameplay-wise, graphics-wise, was done very well all around. Of the two, this is my favorite. I give this a 9 out of 10. It's just amazing. Do yourself a favor, get Horizon Zero Dawn because it's very affordable. And next we have Horizon Forbidden West, which does have the PS5 upgrade, but I might just get the actual disc on PS5 eventually, since I am collecting those as well now. But another fantastic game. Not as good as the first. I'm sorry. In some ways it was better. Graphically it was better, and I don't think it was better story-wise, but I think it was better graphically. And I guess with the introduction of some new creatures was pretty cool, but not as fun as the first one for some reason. I would give this an 8 out of 10. Still a fantastic game, just not as good as the first. Next we're going to talk about, yeah, I know, it's sacrilegious. I have not played this game, guys. This has the PS5 upgrade, though, and I do want to play this extremely bad. I just haven't been able to because I've been playing the hell out of my PlayStation 5 games recently. So I haven't got around to doing this one yet, but I know it's sacrilegious and borderline retarded that I haven't played this. So I apologize. I cannot give you a score on this, but from what I hear, it's one of the game of the year, one of the best top-down, fighting style games. I can't wait to get into this. Leave it in the comments what you think about Hades. What's your grade on Hades, everyone out there? Let me know. Next we have Helldivers, great couch co-op game, probably one of the best. Definitely difficult, so get ready for learning this game inside and out before you play. Not before you play, while you play, let's just say that. But no, the second one's out, and I can't wait to play that one. I'm going to be getting that one probably in the next month or so, when I actually have money. I've been blowing so much on PS5 lately. But Helldivers, fantastic game all around. I give this an 8.5 out of 10. Next we have Jotun Valhalla Edition. This one is a limited run, number 76, and this game caught me by surprise. I didn't know what to think about this going into it. I just got it because it's rare. It looks like it might kind of be fun. So I gave it a shot, and I am so happy I did. This is a fantastic game, guys. It's got the big boss elements to it, the graphics, the top-down gameplay is way fun. It's rare as well, so I mean you can't go wrong with Jotun. I don't even know if that's how you say it, but wow, what a great game. Came out of left field and blew me away. Guys, I give Jotun an 8.5 out of 10. It was excellent. Next we have Kena, Bridge of Spirits. This is the deluxe edition. It does have the PS5 upgrade, which is really needed for this game because it's visually amazing and needs to be enhanced by the PS5. I've played this and I really like it. A little bit more running around than I like to do, but as a whole, this game was done so well and is top tier in the in games as far as I'm concerned. And this is kind of a hidden gem, I guess, because not a ton of people know about it. So Kena Bridge of Spirits, excellent game, 7.5 out of 10. Next we have Na 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 Katamari Damashi. Great stuff, guys. Man, very unique style of gameplay. I've talked about this before on my PS3 video, but this one's fantastic as well. So much fun gathering all these little things as you roll around the world that you're in. Man, it's very unique too. Very unique game. I got another Katamari game on PS5 I'll show you next, which I believe includes this game on it. So we'll have to talk about that. But I give this game by itself a 7.5. I loved it. And next, guys, another game I have not played. This is a little postcard that comes with it from Strictly Limited. So it's called The King's Bird. And I think this looked pretty cool, so I picked it up. I have not played it yet. It's still sealed. But I've looked at some reviews online with it, and a lot of people have liked this game. So I'm going to give it a shot. It's number 48 in the series, and the art direction looks really cool. Looks like the gameplay is pretty fun, kind of a side-scrolling platformer type thing with some mechanics that I can't wait to get into. But there it is, guys. That is part 1 of my PS4 collection videos. I do appreciate your time. Please give me a like and subscribe if you like my videos. I will be releasing at least 3 more when it comes to my collections. I also do watches. I collect those, and I'll probably be doing quite a few more of those, maybe some individual reviews coming up on those. But next, guys, I'd like you to just let me know in the comments what you think of these games. If there's something I should get, if I haven't played it yet, please let me know. Thank you so much for your time. I do appreciate all of you, and we'll see you next time around.